Hello, welcome to the Lolpok League. Hello PIW. Today is the next day of the matches being played, and 2 matches to play we have today. First PIW versus TONI in Division 4, and then Gold versus HYAKUTARO Division 5. We start with PIW versus TONI. TONI played 1 match already against Hazuli, won 5-3. PIW joins the season today. For the first match, I'm all alone on the commentary. If you wanna join me, I'm as always in the open commentary booth on the Lolpok series Discord server. Hello, Tony. I see both players are already live. Let's switch to the playfields without further ado and ask the question: do you wanna play SPS? PIW says yes. What is the top score of TONI's? Have you maxed out PAL? TONI says yes as well. Let's draw the seed for this match. It's D8DB0C. Was that me? A roller, then I don't care who played that. That's a mistake. Why have you let a roller play on your cartridge? Why? You've doomed yourself. Alright, yeah, we can have a new seat. It's gonna be D6 BD 70. Maybe that's why you suck. Well, well, like, yeah, just don't roll. Don't commit that mistake. Alright, Bob is ready. So let's start the match in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And TONI has started. PIW follows. What can we expect? I'm sure we can expect many transitions. Most likely not too many 600Ks. But a few, why not? TONI starts with 3 Tetrises. PIW also with the 3rd one. That's a very nice start for both. TONI misses the lumbar, which was to fill the dependency. This might be a bit troublesome now, but one tack to be all fine, and it is. Very nicely done. PIW is leading by less than 1 Tetris. That's quite a clean start indeed. No major issues, but this forward hole on the left on TONI's side, that lumbar is very aggressive, and that's a missed. That's a slight misdrop by TONI. The board deteriorates very quickly. Can he survive it? This is survivable for sure, but very difficult. And with this misdrop, that's gonna be it. TONI tops out. And PIW is really good, taking the first game. Hello, Merke. TONI is ready. And PIW is ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. TONI will have to do some minor burning. Oh, the slumber didn't fit in there, but gets another 2. These help a lot. Out of trouble now. And both players with just 1 Tetris. They're 13 and 14 lines. TONI getting the second one now. PIW setting up. TONI with a few misdrops managed to get the board back under control. He controls the pieces and will survive it. Looks like something's happened to PIW stream. Let's see what we can do. That's a weird error. You can still see him at 13 lines with 33,000 points. TONI with 72,000 points at 35 lines. A perfect stack. And PIW topped out. Oh no, TONI takes the game. We're back even at 1 each. No, we don't redo this game. That was just a top out. Or any issues occurred as far as I understand. It looks like it. I will refresh your streams just in case on my end. PIW is ready. Waiting for TONI now. And TONI is ready. Let's start the third game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. TONI starts with a Tetris. TONI already with 4 Tetrises within the first 17 lines. PIW with 2 at 15 lines. That's quite a lead at the very beginning for TONI. Very nice start this game. But that's a very bad misdraw by TONI. Oh, this will be quite some burning. He's low enough to survive it without any major issues. But well, this whole distribution is very ugly. This might be a very long burning, and PIW is starting to take the opportunity. Already, the deficit is down to just 1 Tetris. TONI will be burning for quite some time, surely. With this, Tetris will back at even scores. But the huge board advantage PIW. TONI will he set up for this dirty Tetris, goes for the triple. Very nicely played, and he will be out of it soonish. PIW ahead by over 1 Tetris, about 1.5. And TONI's out of trouble, just 30k behind. That's very little damage done. All thanks to the lead he had at the beginning of the game. Halfway through, TONI about to reach 200k. PIW just slightly over 200k. PIW is playing very efficiently now. 280, now made it 303 at 80 lines. TONI 250 at 80 lines. Gets a Tetris. PIW also gets a Tetris. That's a true 2 Tetris lead for PIW. This is a very significant advantage. Most likely would be the win advantage if during the transition to level 19 in case of this match, so TONI kind of needs to chase. It's 40 lines to do so. PIW is not slowing down. This is on pace for a mid 500k transition, and TONI with the very bad miss drop. That's gonna be it for TONI. Very unlucky one, couldn't really do anything after that. TONI tops out. PIW takes the game. PIW is about to transition. Support is not ready, unfortunately. Still survivable though. It will be quite difficult. Another Tetris, had to go for it. Didn't work out. Tops out. But need 400k. Very nicely played and very much enough to win this game. PIW leads 2-1. TONI is ready. And PIW is ready. So the next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. TONI starts with a couple of burns and gets his first Tetris. PIW also with one. TONI now gets his second. TONI's playing very steadily today. Both of these stoppers were kind of unfortunate. PIW in quite a lot of trouble here. Needs a few good burns. Might be forced to go for this kind of Tetris setup. Takes the triple and a perfect lumber comes. Another lumber. Very nice pieces to get out of it so efficiently. But thanks to all this burning, TONI managed to build a lead of over 2 Tetrises, maybe even more like 3 Tetrises. Always take these, but then again, will it be enough? The previous game, TONI also started with quite a lead, then got into that big situation, caused quite some problems, eventually wasn't able to catch back with the score. That's another very bad misdrop by TONI, oh no! Lombard comes to the rescue, but this board now is much more complicated. Gets another armbar. Will survive it for certain. But this is not an easy situation efficiency-wise. Quite some burn ahead of him. And PIW down to just one Tetris behind. With this Tetris, PIW takes the lead. Less than one Tetris lead. Just a few thousand points. It's always better to be the one this few thousand points ahead, not the one this few thousand points behind. PIW maintains the lead of the few thousand points, both at 75 lines, exactly 8k difference. PIW is waiting for this number, it's just not coming. Finally gets one, dirty Tetris. Made a misdrop in the process, that will cost him a few lines at least. TONI had the same drought. Gets Tetris still a few thousand points behind, but PIW in a lot of trouble now. Gets the lumber. Getting out of it will not be a gimme. Should survive it, but with this misdrop that's gonna be impossible. PIW makes a misdrop, TONI takes the lead and takes the game, leveling up the match at 2 each. TONI is ready, and PIW is offline. What happened? Yes, there's a way, you need to train more. They are ready. Make them starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both started, both get The first Tetris with the same lumbar. Offs this number by TONI. This will complicate things slightly. Had to take a couple of burns. No damage 10. Oh, didn't have this one. Now a little burning will be needed. PIW with a perfectly clean board. Waiting for the lumbar for the Tetris. Lumbar comes, and through all of these minor issues of TONI's, PIW is now ahead by about a Tetris. Both players are experiencing the same drought now, and PIW misdrops pretty badly, gets lumbar just on time not to have any major issues in terms of surviving, but this will be a few lines of burn at least, so TONI gets a chance now. Catch back. Will he be able to? Lumbar comes, now behind by less than Tetris, about half a Tetris. Oh, what was that? Hey, very interesting. Couldn't be good objectively. So this set of pieces worked out very nicely. And TONI takes the lead by a few thousand points. TONI goes for another one. And the piece comes again. Wow, it's quite lucky. Tetris for TONI, ahead by a Tetris right now. PIW catches back. 4K is the lead of TONI's. Now it's TONI's turn to burn a little bit. PIW takes the lead back. And TONI takes the lead back. Just a few thousand points separating the players. Neither with a perfectly clean board, but both with reasonably workable boards. As I said it, PIW falls into some minor trouble. TONI as well, now with a lumbar dependency. There's such a dependency that lumbar will be needed. Gets the lumbar. Double hole on the left now. Gets the Tetris, now extending the lead to almost 50k points. That's 2 true Tetrises. TONI, very steady game, very nicely played for the course of the last couple dozen of lines. Almost 100k ahead at the moment. PIW is still burning. Looks like TONI is getting away and away with the score. Another Tetris for TONI. 388 at 111 lines. PIW 286 at 102. It's a 100k lead, but PIW is a few lines behind. One more Tetris, and PIW will need 19 play mathematically. TONI is set up for it, but that's a bad misdrop. Has the lumbar. Has the Tetris. Now PIW mathematically needs 19 play in this game. Those 2 Tetrises would nearly guarantee TONI the game. Misses the spin tag, but needs the lumbar. PIW will experience the same drought. TONI, will he be able to set up for this last Tetris? Goes for the triple. Tony will top out with 450k points. Is there anything PIW can do? I don't think so. This board doesn't look survivable, and PIW tops out with 379. Tony takes the game. Leading 3-2, the best of 9 series. Yeah, that's the first double transition of the match. Tony is ready, PIW is ready. The next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tony starts with 2 Tetrises, PIW with just 1, and a pretty aggressive setup now. Gets the lumber and the Tetris. Tony will have to burn a few lines, but this shouldn't be anything major. Or the burning Tony had to do, PIW is now almost 3 Tetrises ahead. Very nice execution by PIW. Tony just can't get out of this big situation. Maybe this time the pieces will come. Here they are, finally. Out of that, Tony is. So for the Tetris, about 4 Tetris behind. PIW with this 1 Mino, which kind of breaks the board, but it shouldn't be anything difficult. We'll just have to play one of the ground for quite some time, and given how early in the game that is, it shouldn't be any issues. But oh no, Tony with a lot of trouble up high. Refract is survivable, but he can't afford any maze drop being so high. These pieces don't help. Needs a good one. He needs a lumber now. Needs a lumber, and Tony doesn't get the lumber. Tony tops out, and PIW takes the game. PIW goes offline. What's happening? PIW, I think something's wrong with your stream. Like, laggy in a bizarre way. Perfectly fine for quite some time, and then just offline. It's the second time it went offline like this. Would you please check if everything's alright? Your end. Yeah, the internet connection needs to train more. Yeah, sure, we can if you want. Tony agrees. Right, let's take a quick break then. Let's go for like 10 minutes maybe. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're back from the break. Let's refresh the players. To the break. Oh no, it looks like something is wrong again. What happened? Tony will roll a new seat for that game. Let's see. Yeah, now it looks fine. Right, so the next seed will be AA417A. And they're ready. So the 7th game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And Dab is waiting for the number for the second Tetris. Not getting one, that's quite a drought. That's a huge drought now. Finally the number comes. Second Tetris for PIW. And it looks like Tony will encounter this drought yet before his first Tetris. That will be quite some waiting, I believe. And here this first Tetris for Tony. PIW with 102 at now 125 at 30 lines. Tony with 55 at 19 lines. PIW winning by about 2 Tetrises. No major issues. Both players handled that massive drought very nicely. Tony could have known drought was coming to be in these few lines behind. But then again, felt like nothing. PIW is surely with a true lead though. As Tony has to do a few burns, but we have fallen into this kind of deck situation. That will slow him down quite a lot and kind of forced to go for this third Tetris. Oh, this doesn't work nicely. Oh well, what's he going to do now? Finally manages to get back down. After all of this burning, he's behind by about half a Tetris, but Tony will have to burn a few lines himself now. But this Tetris PIW takes the lead back. Tony is still burning, just can't get out of this burn situation. It's like all the time so safe, all the time no danger really, but can't really gets it done. Will he go for this Tetris? This is not a good setup, necessarily. Decides to go for the triple. It's another Lombard, gets Lombard with dependency. And misdrops the piece. That's a very ugly misdrop. Oh no. This will slow him down massively. This might be kind of difficult to survive even. Finally decides to go for the burn. The right side is high. PIW is leading by about 3 Tetrises now. This is not looking good for TONI. PIW 312 at 102 lines and relatively clean board. TONI 243 at 91 lines and dig in up high. I'm afraid he might run out of lines. Doesn't get out of that very quickly. Finally the good pieces start to come. Still not out of it whatsoever. Another misdraw by TONI that is, I'm afraid it might seal the deal. Another Tetris for PIW, almost 100k lead, about 4 Tetris lead. One more and I think that will be game over given the state of TONI's board. TONI misses the quick to the left and that's it. TONI tops out. PIW takes the game. Leading 4-3. Getting the first point to the table. Will he survive it? Most likely not. 361 to transition. Not too high of a score, but very much enough for this one. PIW leads 4-3. And PIW is ready. TONI is ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Another double transition piece. It's quite a messy start by TONI. It looks like this 3 singles burnt will do it. It's back to the prime scoring position. PIW also with quite a few lines to burn. And both players back to the regular stack situation. PIW ahead by almost 2 Tetrises. Now with this one of TONI's, the lead is down to 1 Tetris. Nearly perfect even scores now, both players playing clean, both with 150 just after the 40th line. Only once again in quite a burned situation, very low on the board. But the precious lines are getting lost. PIW with quite a lead now. 236 at 65 lines. TONI misdrops a Lombard which could have been a Tetris. Double Lombard dependency now. Behind by one Tetris in score, but very nice done here. Ready out of it. Oh, not out of it. Misdrops another piece. The piece which was to open everything up. This will be quite some burning. But still reasonably low. I think we lost PIW. Let me refresh him. Here we have him. TONI with a lot of burns. 231 at 85 lines. Another Tetris for TONI, that is. But PIW with quite a commanding lead at this point. About 3 Tetris ahead, maybe even 4. Yeah, more like 4. Has to do some digging. TONI needs to chase both at 101 lines. PIW 368, TONI 304. That is almost 3 Tetris lead. TONI makes another misdrop. This time won't have so much time to work around it. PIW with nearly winning advantage. If he delivers this game to the very end, I think that will be it. TONI needs to go for it now. That's his only chance. One Tetris for TONI. PIW also setting up. Dependency for PIW. That's a little bit of a chance for TONI, but TONI still 3 Tetris behind. Back to 4 Tetris behind, one more, and TONI will need 19. PIW setting for it, gets the Tetris. TONI now mathematically needs 19 play to take this game. Can get 2, is behind by almost 3. PIW can get 1 and is set up for it. PIW transitions with 489 and survives the transition. What will TONI do? TONI sets up for the central Tetris at the transition. TONI needs to go into 19. TONI transitions in a very bad moment, and that's gonna be it for TONI. TONI tops out with 429, and PIW takes the game and the match with an almost 500k score. Another double transition we had, very nice. Thanks. Let's take a look at the match stats. Average losing score, very similar. Average lines, very similar. Highest lines, also very similar at the end of the day. Total scores, very similar. We had a very even match. But PIW, at the end of the day, wins 5-3. Taken all the 3 big points from this match. I will show you the league tables in just a moment. And here we have it. PIW with his 3 points and win over TONI is up to the first spot in Division 4 for now. Only second with the 3 points. So that was our first match, and we have another one scheduled for today. The other match is Gold versus HYAKUTARO. It should start in about half an hour, so I guess we will just go for half an hour break. Maybe like 25-minute break. See you in about 25 minutes. we are back from the break.
And I'm joining you. Hello, guys. Welcome. A match played, so time to go back to the commentary duties. We have still one match to go. Division 5 match between Gold and HYAKUTARO. Gold is a player who already has one match in the books. He won 5-2 versus Mars. It was his first official PAL match. After this match, he decided to train a little bit more, and the effects of the training are new PP both overall and PAL 19. You can see those on in 637 and 86k, so pretty decent results. And we have a player from Italy, HYAKUTARO, PAL does PP of 57 and 19 PP of 36k. HYAKUTARO is a player who was active in the PAL scene previously. He played in a former season of the Swiss version of Tetris run by Forest, which is unfortunately on hiatus right now. And yeah, he decided to join us this season. He's the second Italian player after the player from Division 2. On paper, clear favorite should be Gold, who is also well known for his NTSC abilities. So yeah, this is what my prediction would be, but I hope that HYAKUTARO can fight and show his best performance. Maybe go to some transitions, maybe attack his PB. Who knows what he's capable of? It's a big mystery, but I hope to see a nice match today. This is Division 5, the lowest division. Okay, theoretically the players with the lowest skill level, but yeah, every match is very important. Every match gives you some kind of experience, and you can profit from this in the future. I hope it will be something good for both of the players. What is your take, Adam, on this match?
Exactly. We see God train more recently. HYAKUTARO hopefully as well. It wasn't like God's PB has been improved by like 50k at least within the last 24 hours.
Adam,
like
yeah, it's difficult to say because before the first
yeah,
match I had
exactly.
the impression that that he played pulse 60 hertz. So
still,
yeah,
like if you could do that with pulse 60 hertz, you can definitely do that with pulse 50 hertz.
But you
Pretty
can't
easily.
calculate. You can't count it as an official
Yeah.
PB. Yes.
That's the thing. You have it ready with the PB of 637, and we shall expect it to become much higher very, very soon, I believe.
And I think with the potential Gold has, and that after only a few hours of training, he has a 86,000 points PB on PAL 19. Yeah, he should surpass 100k on PAL 19 very quickly, and then adding to a nice transition over 600k. I think a 700k score is only a matter of time, but you know, you have to combine this in one game, so it might not happen in a week, but definitely is a player to watch for. And hello, welcome in the chat.
Hello.
You don't know, you can't say it until it's over, so you have to fight. I hope you can rest. Gold had some weird upvotes against Mars. He wasn't that consistent, so if you can play consistently, definitely there are chances for you. It's a matter of consistency. Today I've also played my match. I had some nice games, but had some early top-outs, and this is what differs us, the lower division players, from the higher division players. We can have those good games, but the higher division players, they are more consistent than we are. But we don't give up. We try to do our best, and I hope that also those two players, Gold from North Macedonia and HYAKUTARO from Italy, will try to do their best. Okay, Adam, can we have a look on the official ILO ratings? No, this won't. Yeah, we can have, but this won't give us much of information because both players are below those 5 matches, so they're not listed here. But yeah, let's take a look on the full list where they are. And Gold is with, after this first win, with 1279, and HYAKUTARO's starting rating, if I'm not mistaken, is about 1150 or something like that. A little bit, yeah, 1149. Yeah, so this is about 130 points difference. So yeah, also depending on this, Gold should be the favorite. But you know, you never know what happens. Sometimes days like, for example, I don't want to be rude, but there are some players like in Division 4 who have nice PBs but can't deliver the results in matches. So yeah, the matches and PBs sometimes are totally different matter. Okay, so let's take a look if both players are live, if we can bring them to the stream. And then when they're live, we will try to set up an SPS match if both players have the technology to do so.
I see HYAKUTARO is just gone live.
Mm-hmm. What about the Macedonian player?
It's not live yet.
And Kotaro, I hope you are aware of it, that at least a hand cam is required for all of the lolbok matches. So during the warm-up you can do whatever you want, but for the match we would ask you to turn on the camera. Same counts for Gold. It's PAL does only tournament, so we would like to see what we are doing with your controllers, how you handle the pieces, just to make sure that everything is okay. Okay, I will ping Gold in Discord.
And I think it's time to... Okay,
No, Gold
he's
is here. Okay, he's here. Hello Gold, welcome in the chat. You can please go live so we can set up your match with HYAKUTARO. And if you both players are here, do you have the technology? We know that Gold has because we helped him last time. HYAKUTARO, do you have the technology to play the SPS and if yes, do you want to play an SPS match? How long do you need to change your setup then? HYAKUTARO, like a few minutes. If it's okay, it's understandable. If you need like a few minutes to change your setup, okay, HYAKUTARO, so if you can do it within like next 10 minutes, it will be not a big problem. We will know it for the future. Yeah, for DAS only, we have to make sure that players are playing with us. We have to have like kind of a way to control it. So this is why we allow it. Why we're not allowed to have a hand cam, even it's Division 5, okay. But we want to have the same standards for every division, so you can get used to it. Then, for example, for maybe one stream events, if they happen in the future, or the main event, the LOLPOC Cup, we want every single player to play in the same kind of rules, and no matter of your skill level, we want to treat everyone in the same way. For all of you who are here in the chat and who want to play, you join our Discord server. All of the rules are listed in the channel, which name is Format and Rules, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Format and Rules, everything is there. So yeah, this is the place where we have all the info about our events. Okay, guys. So while we're waiting for the players, let me say a few words. We had posted a poll today about the so-called one-stream events on our server. For those of you who didn't vote, feel free to do so. We would like to know if there is an interest of playing our LOLPOC Classic 19 shootout events, or even something else. If you have any ideas what we can do and suggestions, channel is for you. And at see right now, the most players would be happy to play either classic or shootout event, and the most preferable days would be Saturday or a Sunday for those events. So we will see how well the league will go with scheduling with the matches, and yeah, we will give you a few more days to vote, and then maybe we will introduce those formats as well. Some of you did not register for the league, but maybe some of you wanted to play some PAL on one day. So yeah, those shootouts events, classic events may be introduced. There are not so many people who would like to play the 19 tournaments, only 4 votes for it, but hope you are not afraid of this level. It's very difficult, it requires a lot of training, but it's a part of PAL DAS skills. So even I'm not the best player in PAL DAS 19, but I trained this and I would like to play in this event. If it happens, every one of us has to do so. Once Adam said to me that if you train PAL 19, it almost trains all of your skills. maybe Adam, you want to add something to this, or maybe you change your mind a little bit during the last months or 1 or 2 years?
Well, of
Or
course
do
I
you-
haven't changed my mind. It's like when you play PAL 19, you are into all of those like regular patterns. The only thing
Mhm.
it doesn't train is the right wheel. But the right wheel doesn't need to be trained like this way on PAL at all.
Mhm.
And TSC 19 for that. Just the two fastest speeds are all you need. PAL 19 being the basis all the time, no matter what.
And for those of you who are not familiar with PAL 19 or who think that it's unplayable, I strongly recommend Adam's 19 Compendium. Adam, if you would be so nice and post a link to the YouTube
Yeah,
playlist
sure.
of this compendium. There is a lot of theory, a lot of knowledge you could use. It's not that easy to put it on the board while you're playing. It requires some training, but it's good to know for which setup you should go, for which setup you shouldn't go. Like for example, those basic principles. Try to smash as many O's to the left as possible. You can burn with L's on the left side with long bars. Those kind of setups. Try to avoid putting long bars vertically, and so on and so on. Everything is there. And the Macedonian player says he's ready. That's nice to see and nice to hear from you. And let's wait for the answer from the Italian player if he's ready. If he's ready, then let's start. Gold, take your time to warm up. I will be waiting for HYAKUTARO. And then when HYAKUTARO says he's ready, we will ask you to start the match. Okay, so HYAKUTARO is almost ready, almost done. That's also nice to hear. Yeah, so as we said, Gold already played one match versus Mars. It was his first experience with PAL. In this match, he scored 489,000 points, as you can see on your screens. Yesterday, last night, I will put it in these words, decided to train more and improved his PB to 637. A very, very PB. No 19 involved in this game. He didn't have a decent board to play post transition. Yeah, so let's wait for his further improvements. But as you can see, Gold wasn't that consistent in match versus Mars. He lost 2 games with average losing lines of 54 and average losing score of 137,000. So yeah, there are. If HYAKUTARO wants to take some chances, then the consistency, the survivability would be the way. Gold as a very known NTSC player needs some time to get used to all timings. Yeah, and while we're waiting for the players, let me remind you that we have a pretty interesting weekend ahead of us as far as the league matches are concerned. We should see Sofa on the screen right now. Let's take a look in the background. We don't see Sofa in the background right now. We see our Twitch in the place of your camera. Oh, now we can see Sofa, so that should be fine. Okay, practice a game and we will tell you if it's okay. And what I wanted to say is that we have more matches scheduled for tomorrow, Friday, for Saturday, and for Sunday. Tomorrow, Division 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5 matches, and on Saturday, finally, what you are waiting for, Division 1 starts, and with 2 very heavy matches. Merke versus Adam at 16 UTC and Mark versus Tugi at 17 UTC. Then we'll have a break and 3 more matches in the evening and Sunday, Division 1 as well, with Mark versus Tugi and Mark versus Merke. HYAKUTARO, can you tell us how can your sofa play Tetris without you having there?
Well, maybe the sofa trade more.
Yeah, 1 year we had this chair player playing in the CTWC quals, and today we have sofa playing Baldas. And it's not a salted sofa, it's a normal sofa. Oh, and we see our Italian player in the camera finally. Okay, so the setup is ready. And player, if you feel free to let us know that that you are ready, we can start your match. Just to remind you, the match is best of 9. Level 18 starts only. Baldas, if you win a match decider, not in a decider, so 5-3 or more, you get 3 points to the table. If you win in decider, 2 points to the table. If you lose in decider, 1 point and 0 points if you lose not in a decider. We don't have an SPS possibility, so we will play the normal RNG. And we have readiness from both players. So Adam,
That
maybe
means the match starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Good luck and have fun, guys. And gold is in. And HYAKUTARO is in, but I can't see him playing. Sofa is empty once again.
What's happening to the sofa?
I'm afraid we'll have to ask you to repeat the game.
Yeah, let's forfeit the game. Players, please stop out. We have to figure out what's wrong with the sofa.
Sofa playing Tetris. Kutaro, when where are you sitting while playing Tetris? On the sofa?
God, we're trying to figure out the sofa. Okay, Bob is ready. And it seems to be fixed now. So let's start the first game again in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Okay, good luck and have fun, guys. Okay, Gold is in. I'm waiting for HYAKUTARO to start his match, and he's also in. Yeah, so let's hope that everything should be fine, and let's hope for a nice match.
God starts the Tetris.
And
God starts
HYAKUTARO
with
as
2
well.
Tetrises. Gold starts with 3 Tetrises.
Oh,
It's
and
a nasty
Gold has a
misroll.
nice L placement. Meanwhile, HYAKUTARO with a pretty nice clean stacking, 70,000, so she's keeping up pace with Gold. And HYAKUTARO is playing very bravely, I have to say. $100,000 for Gold, and with another Tetris also 99 for HYAKUTARO, so pretty nice even scores. And 23 for HYAKUTARO, 146 Gold, where Gold is 4 minutes ahead.
This is like double Wits on Gold's side. But it seems to be 7 high. Isn't it 7 high? Yes, it is 7 high. So it won't work out that nicely. What it's going to do needs to work around that. Good pieces come. The scores are nearly even. Will Gold go back to the right? Yes, Gold goes back to the right. Is 6 lines ahead and about 8k ahead. So HYAKUTARO with the true lead, essentially. Both players are playing very nice games so far.
HYAKUTARO was so afraid of playing Gold, but is doing well right now. Keeping up the pace. Okay, now a little bit of a misdrop, but shouldn't be anything fatal. Should be able to get out of it very quickly. 278 for Gold, 231 for Hero. Guys, just to remind you, the Division 5 match. It's like Division 1 or 2. Division 5. Both players have their A game today, I suppose.
That's always very nice to see. HYAKUTARO had to burn quite a few lines. He's about 100k behind now, but this misdrop of Golds is going to take quite some time. That's like the second time this game alone. What has to do with a situation like this.
And
like one
has
huge
a chance
hole in the stack.
Yes, it's a great chance for the Italian player to catch up the score a little bit. 290 for HYAKUTARO, Gold 358, but Gold is still burning. So if HYAKUTARO can find a way to set up for a Tetris, he might be able to catch up the score. 385 for Gold, 295 for HYAKUTARO. HYAKUTARO scores a Tetris 318, and Gold is almost clean, but maybe stays one of the ground. This is what I thought. And we'll be trying to squeeze some Tetrises from these setups. HYAKUTARO 343, gold 393. It's about 50,000 lead for a Macedonian player, but yeah, board advantage bit now. HYAKUTARO. Oh, a nice slice spin for gold 424, 348. Gold is trying to maximize his points as the games progresses. And HYAKUTARO is going for another 373. Gold transitions with 471. HYAKUTARO is 4 lines before transition. And I don't know if gold can survive very long. It's impossible for HYAKUTARO to catch on 90 before 19. But let's see what will be his transition score.
This is 6, right? Doesn't even get a Tetris. And that's it. Gold takes the first game.
Gold takes the first game, Adam, but what's important, we had a double transition game in game number 1 in Division 5. It's nice to see.
That's always nice to see.
And gold is double ready, waiting for the readiness from HYAKUTARO's side. Need to drink, okay. Has to hydrate.
Drink what?
Water?
Yeah, he needs to drink more.
Yeah, we see water in the screen, and HYAKUTARO is ready. So both players are ready. Let's start the countdown for game number 2.
The game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Yeah, so pretty nice, pretty decent start from both players in game number 1. We expected from gold to go at least to transition. We know that he might be a little bit inconsistent in terms of scores, but 482 is nice score to start. And I have to say I'm very impressed with HYAKUTARO's first game. And let's see if he can keep up with this pace for the rest of the match. Okay, gold started with 3 Tetrises. HYAKUTARO scores his first. There had some problems to set up the proper Tetris, but yeah, he already scored his first. And gold is kind of running away. Looks like slowly but surely gold is finding those PAL rhythms. Those PAL vibes are in the air. And 62 for gold, 63 for HYAKUTARO. Out of nowhere, gold is Gold is 100,000 points ahead?
Yeah, that's a very efficient start by Gold in this game. There are just those 2 Tetrises within first 30 and a few lines. And now whatsoever. You can't do match your opponent's dice like this. Like this. Zara needs to chase behind by about 5 to 6 even Tetrises now. Got 263 at 56 lines. HYAKUTARO with kind of misdrop up high to slow him down a bit further, behind still by about 160k points. This lead of golds is getting only greater and greater. Now got a bit of a slowdown. It's back open, gets number, gets the Tetris. Across the 400k mark, is on pace for almost 600k transition. HYAKUTARO needs to fight, but it looks like this is becoming quite too huge to overcome. Needs to start getting all the Tetrises now. Basically, what is he going to do? HYAKUTARO now mathematically needs 19 play. Take this game. The goal is not slowing down. 500k at 111 lines for gold.
Yeah, Gold has a very nice game. He still has 15 lines before transition. Okay, HYAKUTARO finally find a way to get out of the troubles, but it's unfortunately too late to chase down on level 11-18, so HYAKUTARO would require 19 of his lifetime. But it would be nice to see him transitioning for the second time in a row. Gold 540, Gold will not transition with a 600k score for sure. And what will be the transition score for Gold? Gold transitions with 564, and let's see how far can he survive. On the other hand, HYAKUTARO is one Tetris away from transitioning. And Gold is going crazy, 579. But his ball slowly but surely is falling apart. HYAKUTARO transitions with 369, another nice game from HYAKUTARO, but unfortunately this will be a top out for him. 369 for 60 is the final score, and Gold is going crazy. Gold is going for a first 600k. Oh, this misdrop might be fatal. That's it. Gold stops at 592, 560. Very nice score for Gold. Gold leads 2-0.
That's a great game.
Yeah, HYAKUTARO went to transition for the second game in a row, but it looks like the North Macedonian player is simply on fire today. And both players are ready for game number 3.
And that means that the game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Now if we can trust Gold's leaderboard in the game, his 592 score is his third best par score on this cartridge. Yeah, we all knew that Gold is a very talented player and that he won't need that much of a time to adjust to PAL, and he's doing really well. If he keeps playing like this, advancing to higher division next season should be only a formality. And yeah, but a tough start for Gold. HYAKUTARO with an early lead, leading 71 to 37,000. Oh, and HYAKUTARO maybe thought it will burn, but it didn't, and now HYAKUTARO in a lot of trouble.
Another major drop here, and that's gonna be it, I'm afraid. HYAKUTARO tops out, and with this Tetris, Gold takes the game.
And leads 3-0. Gold, you can feel free to top out. You already won the game, sorry, and it's 3-0 for you.
And they're ready. So the next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Gold again. And HYAKUTARO as well. Game number 4. It is best of 9 match. Gold leading 3-0. A very strong performance in those 3 games. No major issues. He was controlling his stack for almost 100% overtime. In every Tetris game there are some sequences when sometimes you have to take a few burns or close a well for a moment. But as I said, nothing major. On the other hand, HYAKUTARO trying to do his best. He was to bring 2 games to session, and the third one was a little bit tough for him. Too tough, I would say. And yeah, he topped out early after 17 lines. Oh, but now he has a weird placement of an L piece and tries to do his best. Okay, he lowers his stack down, so he should be able to survive. But this gives Gold a great chance, a great opportunity to build an early lead in this game number 4. And Gold scores another Tetris 187 after 38 lines. Gold playing almost perfectly. HYAKUTARO going for the left well. Scores a left well Tetris 136 for the Italian player, 210 for the North Macedonian player. And Gold had to close his well for a moment, and if he doesn't get a long bar, he might be in a lot of trouble, but gets the long bar, gets a Tetris. 2-4-57 for Gold, 162 for HYAKUTARO. Both players alive, both players with stacks under control. And let's see how the game develops.
What a bailout for Gold that was. So high, so aggressive, getting all the pieces. 300k at 60 lines. HYAKUTARO 185 at 51.
Yeah, that was very aggressive. Timely long bar. If it wasn't the long bar, maybe there would be a game would have been a game for the Italian player. But we can say maybe in Tetris we have to think what it is. Sometimes we don't play optimal, but the game forgives us our mistakes. Sometimes we try to play our best, and there is no mercy from RNG. Gold, what a pace! 395 after 78 lines. HYAKUTARO 240 after 70. a very big lead for the leading player in this match, and he seems not to slow down. He seems to go for killer, bro. Can it be a possible PB run for gold?
Definitely. Especially if some 19 play gets incorporated, leading by 200k almost now.
HYAKUTARO doesn't have that bad of a game, simply gold being too good. Goal 511 after 100 lines. He's still 30 more lines to go, and yeah, he can score plenty more Tetrises. Let's see how many of them can he squeeze before transition. 536 for gold. What is this guy doing? HYAKUTARO 343, and yeah, it's about 200k behind. Yeah, but, he's trying to do his best. 561, 114 lines, and gold transition over 600k.
The drought comes. This is very dangerous now, and that's gonna be it. There's no way out of it anymore. HYAKUTARO gold topped out. The score you need to get to in order to take the game is 564,000 points. 564,000 points. This is a huge chase down. Needed 160k to go.
Yeah, it would be even a pretty difficult chase down for you, Adam, I suppose.
Yeah. First, you need to survive the transition, then go for the 19 of your lifetime.
Yeah, but there's a pretty team from HYAKUTARO, 100k. Thing to be ashamed of. Let's put it in this world. It's 428 is a position score for HYAKUTARO, and see how far he go. He's trying to squeeze some lines on 19 plus, but yeah, it won't be that easy. And he tops out 433, 140. I think he might be satisfied with this score, considering the opponent he faced.
No, we can't.
Gold has stats in brain, okay.
Well, if that's TAS, it means the TAS needs to train more.
Gold leading 4-0. Gold has 4 points, 4 games on his board, on his scoreboard, so it means he is guaranteed at least 1 point to the table for this match.
And they're ready. The 5th game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
And Adam, I have to say something. HYAKUTARO shouldn't be ashamed of anything. His average losing lines are 104, average losing score 318. There are scores similar to those Mark and Robin had in their first matches in Division 2.
Yeah.
So let's put some perspective into this match. It's simply gold playing. So HYAKUTARO, nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be afraid of. Simply your opponent who is playing his at this time. Okay, HYAKUTARO still fighting. And Gold's TAS is struggling a little bit, but it looks like it somehow rebooted or something like that. It looks better right now. 101 for Gold, 40,000 for HYAKUTARO. And HYAKUTARO is a nasty dependency, but gets a long bar. Lowers this a little bit down, and Gold is going crazy in this game. Will it backfire, or can he survive it?
Gold's leading once again by about 100,000 points.
And neither of the player with the board under control, so both players are fighting somehow. Okay, but now Gold's open as it gets a Tetris and has kind of relief. HYAKUTARO's still fighting. But what can I say about HYAKUTARO? He is quite good in surviving those things. And Gold is about to top out. HYAKUTARO, if you can survive it, you can win the game. Gold top out at 209,000 points. So 210,000 points is the score to beat, is the score for you to take your first game. You have still plenty of lines to do so.
Yeah, this shouldn't be anything too difficult.
Oh,
but those are quite some misdrops. What is HYAKUTARO doing? Oh no! He didn't have to risk it like this at all. It's still survivable, but now very difficult. And with this number, that's gonna be it. HYAKUTARO tops out. Gold takes the game and the match in a sweep.
And the match. Chance HYAKUTARO had, but wasn't able to take it. And Gold takes another game, and Gold wins the match in a sweep. 5-0 is the score. 5-0 is the score. Gold wins another match. Gold has 6 points after 2 matches. Yeah, even if HYAKUTARO lost 0-5 and Mars only 2-5, I think HYAKUTARO could be a favorite to win the match against Mars. It wasn't meant to be here today versus Gold, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you did well, HYAKUTARO. 97 average losing lines, average losing score 274,000, over 430k your score. So yeah, nothing to be ashamed of. To be fair with you, you probably played your toughest opponent in the division today. You have still to play Barbar, Mars and Richard Wolf, and you definitely have great chances against the Colombian and Canadian player. And let's see how Barbar can go. If Barbar wouldn't be very consistent, I think you still have some chances to win the matches. So keep going, keep training more, and you should be good. And Gold, yeah, Gold is a player who has proven that he will go up. And both players say goodbye to us. We say also goodbye to you. Madam, you can also show the table. And yeah, we will also be looking for someone to raid, someone to raid before we say goodbye from our sides.
Gold on the top of Division 5. 6 points out of 6 possible. Just 2 games dropped. This is a very good start for him.
Oh, and the Game Boy World Champion is in the chat. Hello, Peter. Welcome.
Hello.
Bye. Yeah, Gold in a pretty comfortable situation right now. Still has to play Balbar and Richard Wolf, and so we will see how it goes. If I'm not mistaken, there is a match of division. Yes, he has a terrible match against G-Dutch, to be honest. Nico is not in a great shape this season. Yeah, I'm doing my best. You are a world champion, it's worth to mention it.
Exactly.
Miku is simply too greedy. He plays too risky himself into too many difficult situations. I would put it in these words, and this is how it ends. Okay, guys. So
That's right. Classic Tetris League.
And we'll be back tomorrow at 16 UTC with my match against James, then G-Dutch Rocco, Mark Giovanni, and HYAKUTARO Marks. So 4 matches today, starting at 16 UTC. Thank you for your time today. Have a nice rest of the day, of the evening, and see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. Bye.